a new troop. The Super Bowler is coming to Clash of Clans. Let's tell you everything you need to know alongside the quality of life changes for this update. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Many of you guessed it that yesterday's sneak peek of today's sneak peek was indeed in relation to the bowler. Yes, we will be having the super version, so let's tell you exactly what you need to know. Triple Strike is the special ability. Boulders bounce to a third target and do extra splash damage. However, there is something really important that I will highlight in a side-by-side comparison with the regular bowler. If we were to strictly compare stats first though, you can see that the Super Bowler has nearly twice the damage per second, 200 versus 102 for the new bowler level 6. Yesterday, I did recommend the Hammer of Fighting on any of the Dark Elixir troops. If you do want to use the Super Bowler, I would recommend using it to upgrade your bowler. The hit points, though, are 4 times the amount. 2,000 for the Super Bowler, only 500 for the regular bowler, meaning if they hit a giant bomb or even small bomb combination, the regular bowlers can be very vulnerable, whereas the Super Bowlers, they can be healed right back up. The main disadvantage, I'm sure you noticed it, housing space of 30. So it is actually 5 times the amount of bowlers for one Super Bowler. Much like many of the other super troops, it will not be unlocked for you at Town Hall 11 as you require the level 4 bowler. It is therefore Town Hall 12 where you will first gain access to the new Super Bowler troop. I will quickly throw up the stats for you of the different bowler levels, so this being the level 4, which is Town Hall 12 like I said, Town Hall 13, the level 5 bowler, and then finally upgrading to the new maximum level, level 6, for Town Hall 14. And remember, it is your bowler level that you upgrade within the laboratory that impacts the Super Bowler. Now, I do want to cover mechanics of this troop, both attacking and defending. Will it work in your clan castle? But also an attack strategy for you at the end. Check this out first, though. I love this new feature. One of my subscribers actually asked me about this, and I put it to Darian in an interview, but check out the new button on the hero skin selection screen. You can randomize your hero skins. Now, you do have to select this for every individual hero. Really not going to take too long because I will be using this all of the time. Now, this will not be the case for the sceneries. However, since this randomization is added for the hero skins, I'd like to think we get it for the sceneries. There's literally 2 other small quality of life changes. Then we can solely focus on the Super Bowler. Your experience level. You will now gain experience when donating troops in Clan Wars and Clan War leagues, but not Friendly Wars. The next one, thank you Supercell. They have made it easy for us to plug the creator code. Now, irrespective of whether you have a code entered, you will see the little C at the shop. When you press that, it actually brings up the creator code. No more going to the basement of Clash of Clans. Remember, you can enter your favorite content creator's code before making any purchases. My code is Judo, but please enter a creator's code. We get a small kickback at no extra cost to you, and it really helps to support the channel. It's much appreciated, my friends. There is actually also some API changes, but that only impacts web developers. So I'd recommend reading the patch notes if you are interested. Let's try out the Super Bowler. Let's show you in the practice mode exactly how it works. Why don't we start down to this bottom corner first, just with one Super Bowler. The mechanics should be relatively easy for you to pick up because it's exactly the same as the bowler. It just has a third bounce, so you can reach greater targets. Now, obviously, you do have to consider the hit points of the initial building and the ones behind, because if the initial building goes down and your Super Bowlers retarget, then you might not be able to take down the building behind that you'd wanted to. But look at how many defenses those bowlers were able to bounce through just because they have the greater range. Let's show you some side-by-side comparisons with the regular bowler and the Super Bowler. I'm going to do a few of these because because there's a couple of key learning points you need to know about the Super Bowler. Firstly, if the regular bowler cannot reach a second target, there's too big of a distance in between the buildings, the Super Bowler might be able to reach that, not due to the second bounce, but the third. What if the buildings are closer together though, whereby the regular bowler could bounce and actually hit that second target? Well, the Super Bowler may still have an advantage, because you can see it actually hits the second target with the second and third bounce. Now, this may or may not be an advantage to you depending on what that building is behind the initial target, but it's one other thing that you do need to know about the Super Bowler. However, remember, it is 5 times the housing space of a regular bowler, so you really need that extra value. Now, this replay really demonstrates one of the main advantages I feel of the Super Bowler, because keep your eye on the central elixir storage. It is going down so much faster than the other two, and this also demonstrates the maximum reach you have with the Super Bowler. Now, this is because the boulder is hitting in between the 2 storages at the back, and because the boulder deals splash, it means you're getting damage onto both of those. So if we had 3 buildings that were 3x3 tiles, that's what majority of the buildings are, I know there's some that are different, you can reach the 3rd building with a 1 tile gap in between. It is all because of the splash. The boulder actually bounces 1 tile in front of that 3rd building, but because you get the splash, you can still reach it. Obviously, if you are attacking from the corner of a building, this can change, but I really wanted to demonstrate on this replay. Take a look at where the boulders bounce. The regular bowler's boulder has that 1 extra tile in range. However, it is the splash of the Super Bowler's boulder that means you can hit multiple targets around it. So you're really not at a disadvantage on that slightly lower range of the bounce. Now that you know how the Super Bowler works in terms of its mechanics, let's put it up against a couple of other tests. Firstly, the Town Hall itself. Could a Super Bowler get through the Giga Poison? You can see the first 2 Super Bowlers got taken down pretty quickly by that Town Hall, and I will deploy a 4th when it's about to go down so you can really see the damage. Gets it right of the way to half health, and it will not make it through the Giga Poison. So just like anything else, you really are going to be careful about smashing the Super Bowlers in towards the Town Hall. Will the Super Bowlers outrange the Town Hall though? Is there a scenario where you could snipe it? Well, you notice that there is a 5 tile gap in between the storage and the Town Hall. That is the maximum distance where you can still hit the Town Hall after bouncing an initial building. Now, whilst they do not take it down in this scenario, I will show you where you could potentially snipe the Town Hall. 3 separate Super Bowlers, 3 separate storages. You can indeed bounce to the Town Hall, outrange it, and you will snipe it. It's important you're bouncing to different storages, because if you put multiple Super Bowlers to 1 storage, then you will take it down and they retarget. So this is very situational, and it's also going to be difficult to then group the Super Bowlers together, because you would never invest this amount of troop capacity to snipe the Town Hall. So I do think it's going to be super situational, but something you can be aware of. Whenever there is a new troop, I always like to test it out on defense just to give you my thoughts. Now, I must admit, I haven't thoroughly tested the Super Bowler versus different combinations, different scenarios, but my initial reaction is you should not use this in the clan castle, because as you can see, the mechanics are the same as the bowler. We don't use the regular bowler on defense, and I just think for 30 housing space, there are way better options. Let's show you a full attack of how I think we will be commonly using the Super Bowler. Now, I do think once it's in the hands of millions of players, there will be other little techniques. I tried a lot of things, putting it in the battle blimp, having the invisibility, even cloning a bunch of them in the center of the base, but I often did not get the same return that I would with troops for less housing space, so it's therefore not worth it. Even trying to snipe buildings on the outside of the base, sometimes a super archer would do the same thing for much less housing space. So it just depends on the situation. Obviously, the super troops you are boosting, if you are trying to snipe something, you need to make sure that you're either getting absolutely amazing value, or you can use that Super Bowler afterwards with your main attack. However, I think any smash style attack, maybe even a Golem Avalanche, would lend themselves pretty well to the Super Bowlers. Obviously, the Golem getting that new level as well. But with any smash style attack, we do commonly use the P.E.K.K.A. and the Yeti. I like to use the Yeti if there's any single target infernos, P.E.K.K.A. for multis, but it does vary depending on the base. The good thing about the bowler is that if there is a section of the base where it's really condensed, maybe there's storages in there where you can really take advantage of the bounce as they hit the storage and maybe get through to the town hall or scatter shot, really key defenses that are clumped in the base, then it is going to be helpful. So it's really just identifying whether you can get that bounce value as part of the smash. You can also vary the siege machine. I use a log launcher here to help break access for these Super Bowlers, but do not forget about the new Hog Rider level. Maybe you would like to use a siege barracks to help with funneling and Hog Riders to help out. Even the battle blimp can be good depending on where you are entering with the smash, if you want to cut across to get the town hall, because you really need to take note of the Giga Poison, as I highlighted earlier on in the video. The bowlers will take a lot of damage from that, so you've got to be careful about how and when you hit it in the raid. It's exactly the same attack though. Grand Warden Walk in order to start off is how I like to do it, running the Royal Champion around the outside as the Super Bowlers are smashing the core of the base. You can let me know any other of your thoughts, but be sure to be subscribed with the notification bell turned on, because I will be continuing to bring you my educational but entertaining Clash of Clans content once that update is live. And if you missed yesterday's balance changes and new troop levels, I did a lot of comparisons from the old and new levels. I have it linked on your screen right here alongside the subscribe button. You guys take care, and I will see you in the next video.